This is the 10th season. All right, so this is year number 10 that we are in. Let me go to the 9. No, that's year 10. No, we're starting year 10. We're starting year 10, guys. All right, the awards. Now, yeah. All right, so it sucks that it doesn't go back, but in 2022-23, the one year that you don't see, we won the Stanley Cup that year as well. All right, so I've won 5 Stanley Cups in 6 years. I won 4 in a row. And when I say to you guys that I did not cheat, I did not back out and save, I did none of that because I was doing an experiment. I swear to God, each and every single one of those cup runs were legitimate. Now, I still think I had some luck because in 2 of those years, I had 2 Game 7s. And in Game 7, anything can happen, right? But there were also 2 other years where I dominated. I went like 16-3, 16-4, all the way. And I swear to you that I was not cheating. All right, I wouldn't be saying this to you right now if like there would be no point in it. President's, look at that. President's Trophy, 5 years in a row. Now we have injuries off. I have waivers off, all that. All right, but it's just this team is unbelievable, and I don't even have like what's it called? Like the best players. Like I just have a whole team. So Eichel won the Art Ross 4 years ago. Eichel had an amazing year 4 years ago. James Norris, Rasmus Dahlin, Ryan Merkley I traded for, so Merkley is on my team. Lady Bing, didn't get that. Calder Memorial, didn't get that. Conn Smythe, Luukkonen, my goalie. Merkley, Druin plays for me, the Buffalo Sabres. And Eichel won it the year that you don't see. So it was Eichel, Druin, Merkley, Luukkonen. Those are my 5 Conn Smythe winners. Vezina, we never won the Vezina. Jack Adams, blah, blah, blah. All right. So, chemistry is more important than overall. Yes and no. Okay, so here's how I want to explain it. I had chemistry, but I also had Jack Eichel. All right, so you can't just get a +5 to a guy who's 70 overall and put him on the first line. He's going to play like a 75 overall. That's not going to work. But if you can maximize one player and get them playing, this is what you can have. So here are my lineups, all right? Jack Eichel at a +5. Essentially, he's playing like a 98. Jonathan Drouin also plays fantastic with Jack Eichel. And then I've just constantly been getting shitty players to fill out that first line. This Levi Altonen guy I just signed, all right? But he's going to turn into a really good player. Second line, Dylan Cousins, Timoshev, and Mercer. Again, Mercer and Timoshev, not great, but I'm just trying to maximize Dylan Cousins, who's fantastic on the second line. So you got a +5 for both of your top 6, right? But remember, the chemistry is good, but the fact that I have Eichel, Drouin, and Cousins all playing at 90s, that's really what gives me that simulation. Third line, I figured out how to get a +3 in there. And then the fourth line, a +3 as well. All right? Now, here's where it gets a little bit weak for us. So Rasmus Ristolainen. Couldn't figure out a way to get Rasmus Ristolainen and Rasmus Dahlin maxed out. Because they're both two-way players. Now, you can put them on the same line, but because they're two-way players, you only get the +1. So I went with an offensive defenseman, Merkley, alongside of Dahlin, and then another offensive defenseman, Tony DeAngelo, alongside of Rasmus Ristolainen. The good thing here is that Rasmus really doesn't need a plus to still play well. He's going to simulate like a 90, even though he has the +1, while Dahlin's going to play like a 95, and Merkley's going to play like a 91, right? So this is what I mean about the fact, like, I did win 5 out of 6 years, but this is a really good team. Like, this was a fortunate situation to be in, right? Like, the fact that I was able to hold on to Dahlin and Rasmus Ristolainen and make it work somewhat. But you can see that the defense is nowhere near as good as the forward core. But I did maximize Dahlin and Merkley. So a +3 right there, right? But here's where it gets really special for this team. All right, so when I was building, it was all about Jack Eichel, and he loves the first line. He loves everything about the first line. I traded away Sam Reinhart for Jonathan Drouin, who also loved the first line. So you put a playmaker and a sniper who love the first line completely with this setup. All you got to do is find someone who can play alongside of them, and those two guys were just amazing. You know what? I should show you what Jack Eichel's done in the last 10 years. All right, so these are the kind of seasons he's been putting up. 50. He's an automatic 40-goal scorer. All right, these are the kind of years he puts up. And it was funny because, yeah, this is the season where I took over right there. 90 points, 80 points, 87, 98, 107, 95, 95, 102. All right, but the real guy who you can see I really enhanced. Now, he's 33 years of age. He's already dropped to a top 6, right? He was 91 overall at one point. He was 91 overall with medium elite potential because I got him so high up there. Look what he's done. All right, and you can see the seasons that he's had. So with Montreal, 53 below point per game. He comes here to Buffalo. I traded for him at the trade deadline. 19 points in 20 games played, and then I got everything on track. 30 goals, point per game. 35 goals, 90 points. 33 goals, 98 points. 41 goals, 105 points. I turned Jonathan Drouin into one of the best players of all time, essentially. All right? So those two just worked out so well with one another. And then to increase their point production, look at our power play. +5 as well. And this is why I picked up the two offensive defensemen. So Rasmus Ristolainen and Dahlin are not on the first line power play because I wanted to maximize Jack Eichel. It was just about maximizing Jack Eichel on every line that he's on. So 5-on-5, he gets the +5. Power play, he gets the +5 with Jonathan Drouin, Merkley, and D'Angelo because of the two offensive defensemen. And then Rasmus Ristolainen and Dahlin, they are then used for the penalty kill. Now, in previous years, I've had a +5 for a penalty kill. I need a two-way forward right here, but because we're in a season where the salary cap's becoming an issue, that is a problem. But with Rasmus Dahlin and Ristolainen and Bachvist, all I needed was one two-way forward who fits on the penalty kill strategy, and we could turn that into a +5. So that's essentially what I've been doing. And in the net, we just have an 85 overall goaltender. All right, starter. I just signed into a $6 million contract. And essentially, that's it. All right, and we just simulate fantastic. Altonen. All right, so I'll show you. This is honestly more realistic. Kinda and kinda not. The problem with this is that you can essentially take one player and turn them into a superstar talent. So my right winger, I had Oliver Bjorkstrand. He turned into a $10 million player. Then I had Julien Gauthier from Carolina Hurricanes. He turned into a $9 million player. And now I got this Altonen guy, and he's going to turn into a $10 million player. That's the problem with this system, is that you really can't hold on to these players because they play like a +5, and after 1 year, they want everything. So you kind of have to keep on moving on. Unless you can get a guy that you know fits into the system and sign him long-term before he sees the jump. But we're going to sim the season. I'm going to show you guys what players like Altonen and all those guys do, all right? This is just not realistic at all. No team trades away Skinner or Reinhart for Altonen just because they, yeah, exactly. But here's the thing. I didn't trade away Skinner and Reinhart for Altonen. Altonen was a free agent pickup that I had to get because all my guys were so low. I traded Reinhart for Drouin. And I traded Skinner, I believe, for Bjorkstrand or something like that. At the time, the trades made sense, but I then turned the players into this is where it is a little bit unrealistic. I'm sorry for leaving as a goalie a few days ago, Johnny. Oh, no worries. 10-4 against the Send. Now, remember, you guys are thinking that the system is cheese. It's not going to work like this every time. There's one player and one player only who's really... Two players, actually. But we have Jack Eichel, who is a legitimate 93 overall, and we have him as a +5 on the power play and 5v5. That's really what's controlling our sim. Dahlin as well with the +3, but, if you do this system with an 85 overall on the first line and a +5, he's going to be good, but he's not going to be Jack Eichel good. So if you could find a team with somebody who's in the 90s, who's young, and build around him, then, yeah, that's the key. So I would say that you need that top-level superstar talent. But look, we're not even playing as well as we have in previous years. I've had 61 win seasons with this team when I was winning the President's Trophy. So we are kind of taking a step. You know what? Actually, let me show you, Hang on. If they're still in the league, let me show you the right wingers that I've had in the past. All right? So I'll show you exactly why it's this is the unrealistic part about it. All right? So player search. Let me just try to find right wingers, forwards. Oh shit, I'm gonna have to, all right, last name, I'll just do this myself, Olson, Olaf, all right, I don't have to spell the whole name, do I? There you go, Victor Olson, all right, so this guy was on the Buffalo Sabres. I had him on the second line alongside of Dylan Cousins, and I signed him long-term when I could do it, all right, look what he did for us here in Buffalo. All right, 48 points up to 60 points, 42 goals, 76. I turned him into an absolute tank. All right, 34 goals, 64, 37 goals, 70 points, 45 goals, 86. So this guy turned into a stud, and then when he became a free agent, he wanted, how much is he making? $8 million. He wanted like $7, $8, $9 million. I couldn't do it. I couldn't afford him anymore. Right? Hang on. Same thing with Bjorkstrand. Hang on, Bjork. All right. So it's like you're constantly going through players because you can't keep it. Oliver Bjorkstrand, San Jose, top 6. He's 85. Look how much he's making. $9.9 million. He got paid. $9.9 million. Because when he was here with Buffalo, what did he do? He was on the first line with Jack Eichel and Drouin. Look what he did. 85 points, 30 goals, 97 points, 93 points. I mean, he comes from CBJ. His best season was 40. And then with me, he turns into a 93 and 97 point guy. Like, this is where it's a little bit, it's way too crazy, man. Way too crazy. You basically do the Oilers strategy. You build around 2 players. Well, you got to build, but the problem is also finding players that fit in on the strategy, right? So you don't want to be trading away big-time assets for players that you're not sure of, right? So I got lucky with Jonathan Drouin. It said that he fitted on the first power play, and it did. But there have been other guys that I traded for where it said that he fits in on the line, then you get him, and he doesn't fit out on the line. So I found the best strategy was asset management, trying to find guys like Altonen, who is in the high 70s, and then turning him into a mid-80 overall guy. And then when he gets to 85, 86 overall, the +5, he's actually playing like a 90 overall player on that first line, right? So it's a little cheese, the system, but yeah, I've seen some crazy success with it. So what do you guys think about it? Players will ask for tons of money after a good season. I've had an 81 overall defenseman ask for like $5 million after a decent year. Yeah, it's not even about their overall. It's because they played on the first. Like, Altonen is going to ask for like $6 million, guys. Watch. Alton is going to ask for $6 million. And the problem is that you can't sign a guy to a 1-year contract and then offer him an extension at the beginning of the season. So you have to offer a guy a 2-year contract and then work it out from there. What about the coaches? Do they have any effect to the sim? I think so. I think the coaches affect if you can get the chemistry, but you wouldn't want to get a D coach with the right line chemistry, right? So I got a guy who was like B, and then over the course of the years, he's turned into an A coach. Like, he's gotten better. That's facts. Just look at Molson and Okposo. How hard was it to find the perfect coach for Eichel? That's the problem. There's a lot of... Okay, you know what? We'll do that. Remind me to do that next after the season. All right? Pick a team with a main guy, and I'll show you how tough it is. It's tough. Because it's not a system that you can use just within the menus. I had to bring up WordPad, and I had to start writing things down on a piece of paper, going back to remember. It's a pain in the arse. Johnny, no joke. It's just EA's programming. Top 4 potential Ds start asking for $5-6 million at 82 overall. Yeah, but what you have to look at is, say a guy has a top 4 potential and is 82 overall. On the right team, he could instantly turn to an 87 overall. So it kind of does make sense. Like, his potential is there. He's just got to find the right team. McJesus, Edmonton. You know what? Edmonton would be perfect. Yeah, okay, we could do Edmonton. 11-0 win. Yeah, well, the power play, man. Like, it's just filth. Now, we have already. We're not going to get to the 60-win season. So I want you to imagine what our team would have looked like with Bjorkstrand at 85 on the first line. Olson at 85 on the second line. Nemesnikov, who was on the second line as well, who was 85. All of those 85. So we essentially have a 98, a 93, a 91 on the first line, a 92, a 90, and a 91 on the second line. You know, the power play all has that. The penalty kill had +5s, plus Rasmus Ristolainen and Dahlin. And it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous the kind of offense we get. I mean, 8-4 victory, 9-1 victory, 7-2 victory. I mean, it's just fucking insane. Now, we don't have injuries on. So, you know, the injuries will make this one a little bit tougher because you got to move players around. 10-2 victory. All right, 7-2 victory, 5-2 loss. Yeah, I could certainly make my penalty kill better. I had a +5 and a +5 for both penalty kills in previous years, but I wanted to actually work some enforcer and some grinders on my team. So 55, 24, and 3. All right, real good season. Not bad. Especially with a guy like Altonen on the first. And there you go, Jack Eichel. All right, 53, 54, 107. So watch what I sign long-term before they hit 80s. The problem with signing a guy long-term is that you don't know if he's going to fit into the lines. That's the problem. So if you commit long-term to a guy and he doesn't fit, then you got to trade him, right? So that's the problem that I've been dealing with. Now, what the smart thing to do is to have rookies and give them the shot in preseason, bring them up on your team, see if they fit, and then if you find a rookie who fits, just play him immediately. Right, but here you go. Eichel, where's Altonen? There you go. 78 overall, 83 points. He's going to ask for like $1 billion, man. So that's it. That's what you do. So remember how you'd get, oh, we'll get an 84 overall player to play on that line? No. You want to maximize this. So this guy goes from being an AHL guy to getting his rookie season in the NHL and puts up 19 goals, but he was just passing to plus 45. Look at the pluses. That's the other thing. Plus 37, plus 41. Cousins on the second line, plus 23. Timoshev, all right, 82 overall, 77 points. Bachfist, third line. These guys are like fourth line, third liners, all right? Farmer, baby. Rich Farmer. Yeah, my enforcer drafted in the third round. What a beast. And defense. Look, there you go. 84 points for Rasmus Dahlin. Fucking hell, man. Plus 57. Ryan Merkley, all right, 81 plus 48, all right. I mean, yeah, I figured it out. I figured this system out. Can't get the goalies going. Still only a 904 save percentage, but how did you scout? That isn't legal. How many picks have you got? Picks? I don't have picks. In this system, I was trading picks like crazy. I was trading picks like crazy. All right, so let's go. You guys want to see the playoffs? Yeah, we'll go to the play. Let's see, and I'll do the exact same way I was simulating the playoffs, all right? I was actually going into every game because I kind of wanted to just feel the story. I was going into every game, but I was pressing A for every period. So again, this is legit, all right? 5 of 6. And the team that I lost to was Toronto in Game 7. We were up 3-1. They came back and beat us in Game 7 in the 5th year. So we could have had 6 Stanley Cups in a row, but Toronto beat us in round 1. All right, of year number 5. So let's see if we lose to Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay also won the Stanley Cup, I believe, that year that Toronto beat us out. Tampa Bay has got a good team. Tampa Bay in this universe has a good team. What was their record? 46-31-5. All right, so we lost game 1. All right. I swear to you, I did not cheese at all. Rich Farmer, the GOAT. All right. Here we go. 905 with 45 wins now. All right, so let's just see. Buffalo, Bachfist. All right, and there you go, 3-0, Mercer, D'Angelo. I'm pretty sure you got Jonathan Drouin might win. Merkley might win the Conn Smythe. Jonathan Drouin's been a beast for us in the past in the playoffs. Eichel won our first Conn Smythe, but when we win, I mean, it's pretty convincing. It's not like the playoff runs that you've seen in my GM modes where we get lucky and it just happens to be the year where we get the right sim. I mean, we dominate. We fucking dominate these teams. 4-1. All right. I mean, just like every game we've scored. All right, we got 4 goals in the first game, 3 goals in the second game, 4 goals in the third game. All right, 2-1 series lead. Simulate. Tampa in 7, maybe. 2 goals for Buffalo, 3 goals for Buffalo, 4 goals for Buffalo, 4-0. Jeez, man. Why can't I just do this in my actual GM mode? Every game, at least 3 goals. Wait, what career mode is this? This is just one I started by myself just to figure out the coaching. And once I started getting into it, I went down a rabbit hole and I couldn't get myself out. I grinded, man. Altonen scoring, 2-2. Let's see how we play in overtime. And there you go, series over. Another game where we scored 3. All right, so we won the, did we win the Presidents? I don't even know if we won the Presidents, but we won round 1, off to round number 2. All right. So in the last 6 years, every time we get past the first round, we went to the Stanley Cup Finals and we won. The last season, we were up 3-1 against, the year before that, sorry, we were up 3-1 against Toronto. And we ended up losing. So the Ottawa Senators, they look like they have a pretty good team. Let's see what we got. Show lines. No, I don't want to go showing the lines of other teams. I don't want to take too long on this, all right? The thing is, you're not going to look 4 goals for us in the third overtime. Okay, they win. You can just trust our team to score, man. This is year 10, guys. The rosters are going to be crazy. Are you going to bring this tactic over to Boston? No, because we already have our roster. I'll see what I can do with the Boston Bruins, but we've already committed to Point and Pasternak. And the problem with Point and Pasternak is that they don't like the same strategies. Ooh, Ottawa might have a series here. Ottawa might have a series. All right. Since Ottawa's doing a pretty good job, we'll take a look at their team. View lines for the Ottawa Senators. All right. Now, remember, I've had better teams in the past because even though they got the +5, Altonen is still a little bit like if Ottawa's got a +5, which we can't tell. But Tkachuk, Rust, Strudwick. Yeah, they got a good line. Like, they got a good team. Defense, Brandstrom, Clark, Honka, Chabot. Yeah. Ooh, their blue line looks a little bit weak down there. And then they got an 85 overall goaltender. We don't know their chemistry though, right? The computers could have a +5 in every single line right there. We have no clue. So let's see what we got. So down 2-0 in the series. All right. I don't know, man. Buffalo, come on, get back in this. Eichel, there it is. There's the goal scoring. Come on, 68 overall D, man. Rust is an 87. Yeah, here's the problem with Rust. There's a reason why Rust is an 87. He once played for the Buffalo Sabres. I've gone through, man. I went through so many different, hang on a second. I went through so many different players trying to figure out something for the bottom 6. Hang on. He might have grown, yeah, Brian Rust, 36. Yeah, he might have grown in our years. All right, so watch again. Ottawa, he's having some pretty good years in Ottawa, but there you go. He had the year here in Buffalo, 25 on the 4th line. I think he grew from that season, from the +5. I don't know why, but we won the Stanley Cup that year. He showed up in the playoffs, and then he got the big contract in Ottawa and took off. Became a stud. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, this is what I mean. You have a little bit too much leeway in turning players into studs. Usually their first year it's a little bit low because I was using him on the 3rd line and as a first line penalty killer. So his stats weren't there, but he got plenty of ice time and he played in the playoffs and won the Stanley Cup, right? So there's 3 goals. Ottawa. Now there's 5 goals. You can see how many freaking goals we score, right? Even if we lose, you can still see that we score goals every single game. It's crazy, our offense. And even if we lose this, you can, like, it's obvious that there's still room to improve our defense. Our penalty kill is only a +3 and a +1. That could be a +5 and a +5. All right, so let's just fast forward. Ottawa again. Oh, do we get goals? Yes, we do. We are always going to get goals. 2 goals, overtime. And there it is. Jack Eichel scores in OT, baby. All right, so going down 2-0 this series, we answer back with 3. We could still lose this series. Ottawa's, they're simming pretty well. They're simming pretty well. Let's see. Here we go. Game 6. 3 goals. Can't be stopped, man. This is the thing about our team. You might stop us for 1 game. You might stop us for 2 games. But over the course of 7 games, are you going to get 4 W's against us? We're going to score every single game. This is what's crazy. Simming pretty well. I know, man. And the game that we lost, one of them was an overtime game. All right, so Eastern Conference Finals. The Columbus Blue Jackets. Let's see. Roids. Sim, we should score some goals. We got the 1. We can keep the puck out of the net as well. I think the reason why this team is so successful is Dahlin and Ristolainen. Eichel's great, but the fact that I was able to hold on to those guys and have them on the 5-on-5, have them on the penalty kill, you know, because they're the kind of guys who help keep the puck out of the net. It's big. Oh, God, I can't even talk. 3 goals, 4 goals. That's rough for Columbus because they had their game. 9 goals. That's rough for Columbus because they had their game where they kept us to 1, but they couldn't score. All right, 9-1. Oh, my God. So that's 5 goals per game over the last 2. 9-1. That's why that W with Boston, man, that was legit. That was legit. I wasn't cheating at all. Eichel, Bachfist. Ooh, they tied it up. Ooh, but there's Buffalo winning again. There you go. All right, see what I mean? It's like it's not even. We're almost up to 15 games to get through 3 rounds. Jesus. All right, here we go again. Buffalo scores. Drouin, yeah, Eichel, Dahlin, and 3-0. It's automatic, fucking automatic, man. GM Superb, man, has enhanced his craft, ladies and gentlemen. So this is going to be, we faced LA in the playoffs last year. And yeah, we faced them in the year number, for the 5th Stanley Cup. We faced the LA Kings. All right, here we go. Fucking EA, just put a 78 overall AHL winger Timo Shev on the first line using 5+ chem, and it's a free Stanley Cup. Yeah, this is what I mean to be a little bit too powerful. But hang on, let's see. All right, Eichel, 4 goals. Aguidimon, Johnny, what brand trash cans does Buffalo use when they are hitting them with sticks? I don't know, man. I don't know. You're gonna have to ask. You're gonna have to ask Buffalo. I don't have that information. I don't know what you're talking about. We don't cheat. This is legit. First period, yeah, drew in. So, ooh, they got 2, and we get 3. Holy hell, man. This is crazy. Crazy. Fuck off this cheese. I know, right? This is game breaking. All right, LA Kings, Connor. 4 goals and 5 goals. We broke it. We broke GM mode, ladies and gentlemen. We broke it. I told you. We've got 18 games. We're 19 games to win the Stanley Cup. 16-3 if we win this game. It's unbelievable. All right, LA wins. All right. No, they get 2, but we get 2. And, oh, A game where we do not get 3 goals. You know what? That's just because we did this last year as well. I think we were up 3-0 against LA. We lost game 4, and then we get home ice advantage for game 5. That's what we wanted. That's all we wanted. Imagine it's a reverse sweep. That'd be hilarious. Game's not over though. The game's not over though. Oh, we got full. This would be embarrassing. This would be embarrassing. Could you imagine? This is the end of the dynasty with the chance to get 6 Stanley Cups in 7 years, baby. But no, the LA Kings gonna come back, reverse sweep, and end the dynasty. Eichel's gonna fucking retire after this. Period. First period. So, oh my God, no way. There's no way this team loses 4 in a row. All right, so you guys are seeing it. So this is cool because at least I showcased that it is dominant. But we got some craziness happening right here. You got to think that we're not going to lose 4 in a row. But we've already showcased the dominance. What's going to happen? Are we going to get reverse? If we get reverse sweep, that's even more EA voodoo. First period. There you go. That's more like it. Second period. Oh! So we were up 3-0. This is like Philly and Boston 2010 all over again. Or, yeah, Philly and Boston. 3-0 series lead. They come back. Then a 3-0 lead in game 7, and they come back. Wow. Full reverse sweep. Third period. Oh, and the Buffalo Sabres, they score 4! 6 Stanley Cups in 7 years, baby! Yeah! And there you go. So it was a little bit dangerous, right? It wasn't auto, but we won the Stanley Cup again. And you guys saw it. It was a full season simulation, and I simulated every single game in one playthrough. No shenanigans, no nothing. There you go. All right. What a series. 6 points in 7. Buffalo Sabres. There you go. We win it again. Just a little suspense. Johnny got a boner. All right, Buffalo. Hey, I traded with the Calgary Flames. I got the 5th overall pick. That's exactly what I need, baby. Yeah. Johnny is a hacker or something. I'm telling you guys, it's Jack Eichel. It's the fact that I have a 93 overall at +5. That's the big thing. Look what he did in the playoffs. And then the fact that he's enhanced by Jonathan Drouin. Like, it's not going to work with everyone. If you had a line full of 78 overall players in the first and they were +5, you wouldn't simulate this well. So it's just a team like Buffalo. All right. So there you go. I'm going to save that. Yeah, that's a season. That's a legit season. All right. Now, here's the interesting thing. Override. Watch the jumps you've seen some of these players make. All right. So hang on a second. All right. So Jack Eichel. Yeah, I don't want to do the whole offseason. The offseason is long. I don't want to show you how I do it. That takes forever. But I will. Where's the contracts? Yeah, I'll show you contracts. Hang on. Conn Smythe? Oh, it was Eichel. If he's leading the points, it was Eichel. All right, but hang on a second. No. In the system. Forwards. All right, so where is the alternate? Can I have $10 million, please? I'm an 85 overall playmaker. Look at his numbers. Look at the fuck. Dude, I turned him in. Like, this is what I do. So I'm just turning everyone into $10 million players, man. So this is what I drafted him. So when I signed him, I signed him to a 2-year contract on a minor league. So I'll have him for 1 more season at 85, which is good. Timoshev is an 84. Yeah, I turned those guys into stuff. So it's like, make the rest of this series. He was 78 overall. He's a late bloomer. All right, so I'll show you guys how I do it. All right, I'll show you guys how I do it. So Connor McJesus, sound good? Edmonton. All right, I'm gonna do some shenanigans though. You guys can't get angry at me. We're not doing realistic shit, right? We're not doing realistic shit. Johnny, this is a video. Like, really? You think I should put this up on YouTube? This whole. But then you think I should? Yeah, I guess I could. Yeah, all right. I broke the game. Can we break NHL's GM mode? Oh, all right. There we go. YouTube fans, let me know what you think, and I will see you all next time. Hey guys, Johnny here, and thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give us a like, hit that subscribe button, and make sure notifications are on so you don't miss out on any new content. We also live stream on Twitch where I take days off my life for your entertainment. Sonny Gray, get out of it. You stupid pieces of shit! I should have gone with Jose for Fernandez! Oh my God, pitching change. Fernandez, get your ass in there. Oh, I swear to God, baseball God just decided all over me. Grand slam. Oh, yeah. Make me miss the playoffs with a first-ranked team. Year 2, 30 games above 500. No divisional win. Trip to the wild card. First inning.